Janice here, Caribbean Garden Life, and it is time for a long overdue garden update on what's happening in the Caribbean garden. I have to admit, I have been a little lax in the garden. I got caught up with the festivities, the Christmas time, and we had some bad weather out here from a rain perspective. I wasn't always to get out, so I've just really been maintaining the garden. But the challenge here, another good thing here, shall I say, is that it's our coolest time of year, and it's a really good time to get out and get those plants in the ground. Though I've been limited in what I've been growing, so I want to try my hand at something different, try my hand at something new. But anyway, I'm still talking. Let me take you around the garden and see what's happening. So one of my goals this year was to increase the intensity of the food, because I grow the things, but I don't think I grow enough. So I want to try my hand at almost square foot gardening. So what I did was take this grow box, did some research online, take this grow box and cordon it off and try to make a square foot garden. Now I planted seeds a couple of weeks back and nothing has really come up, so I'm not quite sure what's happening. So I'm going to have to look at it. I don't know if the seeds were too old, or I don't know. I just don't know if it was too warm still for some of the seeds. But these are seeds I've used before and I've not had a problem bringing them up. But what did come up was some okra over there, though it still looks like it's struggling a little bit over there. I've got some pumpkin, a pumpkin has come up over there, and butternut squash, and I've also got some eggplants. In the other squares, what I'd done was spaghetti squash. I did the research, what can grow with each other, what's a companion plant and what's not a companion plant. Had some peppers, some black-eyed beans or cowpeas, some golden wax beans, and they just really haven't come up. So I'm going to have a look and see what's going on. I was trying to give them a little bit of time. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm trying to be patient, but I'm not quite sure if they're going to take, or if I have to try another quick tactic. So that is the grow box. In my second grow box, well, you can see the lemongrass. I can understand why this is an invasive plant. I deliberately planted it in two places. I planted it in a grow box, in the box, and I've grow bed, whatever you call it, and I planted it in a grow bag. Now the grow bag has been problematic because the roots have really, I'm going to take you through it, the roots have really basically just grown out the bag, and it's not been very good for it. Whereas the one in the bed, as you can see, it is going great guns. So I have to make sure I keep cutting it down to make teas and stuff like that, and I have to admit it's very nice. Now this was a soursop that was on my patio, and I'll be honest with you, I spent so much time out here that I forgot to water it on the patio. It was very hot because the sun comes directly in there, so it was really struggling. So what I did was come out and put it into a new bag and left it outside, and it has really caught itself. It's doing lovely. As you can see, my makeshift ties here, I use inner tubes, and everything gets recycled here. They make great, you put down great ties, not damaging the plants. I've still got some bags with sweet potatoes, so I think I'm going to take those out because I want the grow bags back. The grow bag garden is going really well. Here is the basil. Basil never lets you down. It just grows and grows and grows. Got a variety of peppers, and I've been picking peppers literally all winter. All winter. I've not had a problem when it comes to growing peppers. You can see there's some more peppers down here. What I do have a problem is remember what I'm planting, so I know a lot of them by sight. I've had some paprika, no, cayenne. You can see the cayenne. I think you can see the cayenne peppered very well. Yeah, the plant struggles a little bit. It's cayenne pepper. So I planted cayenne peppers. I've also did a lot of tomatoes. So we do love tomatoes. So I just transferred a lot of tomatoes to grow bags. So I've got brandywine there. I've got some big rainbow. I've got some cherry, which that looks like it's struggling. I just transplanted it. Still in the grow bags. Got eggplants, more peppers, ginger. The ginger was fantastic. Had some great ginger, and here I tried a different pepper. I tried a pepperoncini just here. I'm not entirely sure if it's pepper or not, but again, I've struggled with these have really struggled when it comes to whitefly and stuff like that. So, and you'll have seen in another video what I've done to kind of combat some of that. Seed tray over here, again I've struggled. I do have some kohlrabi growing in, and I've covered it with netting again from some of the predators that are out here. But again, my seeds haven't germinated well this year, haven't done this time round, this season. Here I've got my grow bags. I need to go and put some more water on these. I've got some parsley, which doesn't look like parsley, some lemon basil, which is definitely coming up, some more basil. I told you, basil doesn't let you down, never lets you down. I transplanted when I was making my my netting greenhouse. I had to transplant some thyme, so this is growing in lots of pots. The okra in a pot, I'd never done this before, but I grew okra in the pot, and it's starting to, as you see, it's starting to flower down here. I'm going to get some great okra out of here. I also see some standing spinach plants I need to take out that have been volunteers, and I've created a whole standing spinach section, so because they're very invasive. Here I'm growing Swiss chard. I transplanted some of these a couple of days ago, and again I can see standing spinach needs to come out there. These seeds get everywhere, they go fly on the wind. More peppers, more basil. The Swiss chard that I've transplanted, just recovering, and luckily they're starting to pick back up. They look a bit challenged right now, but they will spring back up. These are tomatoes I transplanted. These are pots. These are ones that I need to transplant up, so I do that the next couple of days before they get too large or start to get stunted in the containers. And then I also went to the nursery. I'm a sucker for new plants, and I've always wanted, I think I may have said to you in the previous video that I tried growing my hand at blueberries, and the blueberry plant, I don't know what happened, it just died. It just never came back, never caught itself. So I've been very wary about buying plants, and it was expensive for what it was, especially here because it's imported. So I've been very wary about buying plants. But what I did buy quite recently to add to my collection, I want berries, I like berries, was mulberry and blackberry. So let me just show you those. So this is the mulberry. It's been a couple of weeks. It seems to be thriving. Had a couple of berries on it already, but nothing I could eat. But yeah, it seems to be thriving. I just got to keep nurturing it. It was a small bush, but it should really bear probably about a year or so. And then the next plant I bought was blackberry. Thornless blackberries. As a kid, I loved blackberries. We went picking, blackberry picking every year when I lived in the UK. But they were thorny blackberries, and this is a thornless blackberry. And I was lucky enough to pick one up here. Really reasonable. So I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to keep trying and growing those too. We have some bananas. We've got a couple of bananas. They need more water. Antigua's very dry. I keep trying to give as much water as possible, but it's impossible sometimes to keep what's needed in the entire garden. The cassava is very hardy. The sweet potato bed could look better. Definitely could look better. I think it's a case of more water again. So I'm going to up my watering game over the next couple of days. The one thing that hasn't needed any help is the pigeon pea bush. Now I planted this literally a year ago from seed. Look at the size of it, and it has been a prolific bearer. I'm going to come out and pick some more pods today, but it's been a prolific bearer. Yeah, I can't grumble. It's definitely paid its way. Well, I can't say paid its way. It cost me nothing, but it's definitely been prolific. And then the last thing I want to show you, again, I keep telling you I have problems with squashes. What I have is cucumbers. So I have cucumbers. There we go, the cucumbers. So I'm going to put these into the netting just to start protecting. You can see it's got some leaf miner damage here already. But other than that, it's pretty good. And I'll take the leaf miner damage over everything else, because I don't know what happened the past year or so. I have not been able to grow cucumbers successfully. So that'll be transplanted. So that's pretty much it in the garden. In the veggie garden, I'll take you another time around the main garden, because it's a bit of a mess in here. I've got to go and give a tidy up. But a messy garden, a messy veggie garden, it's a working garden. It's not prettiness, it's for food. So that's it. That's a quick veggie update, the veggie garden update. Again, if you like what you saw, what you heard, you want to hear more, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, ding the bell, whatever you need to do to make sure you get notified of the next video in the Caribbean Garden Life. So with that, I'm signing off and saying happy gardening. Till next time, take care.